1. Extreme weekend heat alert. Arkansas temperatures soar into the 90s and 100s. 2. Extreme heat wave. Southern state versus Death Valley. 3. Cross-county heat emergency. Survival tips and live updates. 1. Extreme weekend heat alert. Arkansas temperatures soar into the 90s and 100s. If you thought the heat was intense today, just wait until you hear what's in store for this weekend. Arkansas is about to experience a surge in temperatures that could make even the most seasoned weather enthusiasts reach for their fans or air conditioners. Meteorologist William Morrison has some insights into what's shaping up to be a sweltering and dry stretch ahead. The shift in weather patterns is already underway, bringing with it an unmistakable rise in both heat and humidity. By late evening, don't expect much relief. Even as late as 10 p.m., thermometers across the region may still read in the 80s, making it feel downright uncomfortable outside. For those hoping for cooler overnight conditions, there's only a modest dip expected, leaving many waking up to mild 70-degree mornings. While that might sound pleasant at first glance, the lack of rain means the air will remain thick and sticky, setting the stage for another round of scorching daytime highs. And here's where things get tough. Tomorrow, temperatures are forecasted to soar back into the 90s quickly. In northwest Arkansas, residents should brace for low to mid-90s, while those in the river valley might see readings climb toward the upper 90s, and possibly even crack triple digits. Yes, you read that right, someone out there might hit 100 degrees. But regardless of whether or not we officially reach the century mark, widespread 90-degree days are all but guaranteed. To top it off, abundant sunshine will dominate the skies without a single rain cloud in sight. Sounds nice on paper, but when combined with high humidity levels, these sunny conditions can lead to significant discomfort and potential health risks like heat stress. But here's where it gets controversial. Is this kind of relentless heat becoming the new normal? Climate scientists warn that such extreme weather events could become more frequent due to global warming. Do you agree, or do you think this is just part of nature's unpredictable rhythm? Share your thoughts in the comments below, we'd love to hear from you. Looking ahead to Sunday morning, expect another quiet start to the day with temperatures once again hovering in the 70s. However, the reprieve won't last long, as the mercury begins its inevitable climb yet again. It's clear that staying hydrated and avoiding prolonged exposure to the sun will be crucial survival strategies this weekend. For a deeper dive into the forecast, tune into William Morrison's detailed updates tonight at 4569 and 10 o'clock. He'll break down exactly what to expect hour by hour so you can plan accordingly. Until then, stay cool and take care. For additional resources, check out the 7-day forecast for the River Valley, https://www.for029tv.com/article/7-day-fort-smith-river-valley/5277687 and Northwest Arkansas, https://www.for029tv.com/article/7-day-northwest-arkansas/5277766. You can also explore the interactive radar, https://www.for029tv.com/weather/radar. Watch live skycams, https://www.for029tv.com/article/skycams/for324850. And subscribe to our YouTube channel, https://www.youtube.com/@4029news. Stay connected with local meteorologists Darby, Drake, Laura, and William via social media links provided above. 2. Extreme heat wave, southern state versus Death Valley. Imagine this, parts of a single state in the southern U.S. are experiencing temperatures that are just a few degrees shy of those in Furnace Creek, Death Valley, California, the notorious hottest place on Earth. It's a stark reminder of the escalating heat waves that are becoming more frequent and intense. https://www.newsweek.com/texas-hotter-death-valley-hottest-place-earth-20722230. the scorching weather has prompted meteorologists from the National Weather Service, NWS, in the region to issue an extreme heat warning, alerting residents to the perilous and potentially life-threatening effects of the heat. https://www.newsweek.com/as-extreme-heat-weather-advisory-northwest-map-20888997. But here's where it gets controversial. Why should we be so concerned about extreme heat? Well, extreme heat is actually the deadliest weather hazard in the US. It dramatically increases the risk of heat-related illnesses, such as heat exhaustion and heat stroke, particularly for vulnerable populations like older adults, young children, and individuals with chronic medical conditions. High temperatures can also degrade air quality by boosting ground-level ozone, which exacerbates health risks for those with respiratory issues. And this is the part most people miss: the combination of heat and poor air quality can create a deadly mix, especially for those with pre-existing health conditions. So, what do you need to know? The extreme heat warning, currently in effect for the NWS Little Rock, Arkansas, forecast area, includes cities like Hot Springs, Benton, Ash Flat, and Batesville, among others. This warning will stay in place through Friday evening. Newsweek reached out to the NWS Little Rock office by phone for additional insights. At around 1 p.m. Eastern Time on Friday, the temperature in Hot Springs, Arkansas, was recorded at 92 degrees Fahrenheit, just 8 degrees cooler than the temperatures in Furnace Creek, California, at the same time. Despite the close temperature readings around midday, Furnace Creek is expected to remain hotter than Hot Springs on Friday. AccuWeather forecasts a high of 110 degrees in Furnace Creek, while Hot Springs high is predicted to be 95 degrees. With the humidity, the heat index, or the feels-like temperature, in central Arkansas could soar as high as 110 degrees on Friday, according to the extreme heat warning. The NWS heat risk map indicates that significant heat-related impacts are anticipated across Arkansas through next Thursday. Starting on Tuesday, some areas will face an extreme risk of heat-related impacts. This level of rare and or long-duration extreme heat with little to no overnight relief affects anyone without effective cooling and or adequate hydration, the NWS heat risk report states. Impacts are likely in most health systems, heat-sensitive industries, and infrastructure. In addition to the extreme heat warnings, heat advisories were issued on Friday across vast areas of the U.S. https://www.newsweek.com/millions-7-states-told-stay-inside-heat-advisory-extreme-heat-warning-2100638. What are people saying about this? The NWS Little Rock office, in their extreme heat warning, advises, take extra precautions when outside. Wear lightweight and loose-fitting clothing. Try to limit strenuous activities to early morning or evening. Take action when you see symptoms of heat exhaustion and heat stroke. On Friday, the NWS Little Rock office posted on X, another hot and humid day is on deck, with much of the state under a heat headline. If you have outdoor plans, be sure to incorporate heat precautions, take frequent breaks, and stay well hydrated. What happens next? The extreme heat warning is set to remain in effect through 8 p.m. local time on Friday, according to the NWS. Forecasters indicate that the pattern of intense heat could persist into the weekend and beyond, with high temperatures remaining in the 90s or higher and continued elevated heat indices expected across Arkansas. Residents are urged to monitor updates from the NWS and local authorities, take safety precautions seriously, and check on neighbors, especially those who might lack adequate cooling resources. Is this article trustworthy? Newsweek is dedicated to journalism that is factual and fair. We value your input and encourage you to rate this article. Slide circle to vote. Reader average. No, moderately yes. Vote. About the writer. Anna Skinner is a Newsweek senior reporter based in Indianapolis. Her primary focus is on climate, environment, and weather reporting, but she also covers a wide range of topics for the national news team. She has extensively covered climate change and natural disasters. Anna joined Newsweek in 2022 from Current Publishing, a local weekly newspaper in central Indiana, where she served as a managing editor. She was a 2021 finalist for the Indie's Best and Brightest Award in the Media, Entertainment, and Sports category. You can get in touch with Anna by emailing a.skinner@newsweek.com. Languages: English. Anna Skinner. Anna Skinner is a Newsweek senior reporter based in Indianapolis. Her focus is reporting on the climate, environment, and weather. Read more. 3. Cross-county heat emergency, survival tips and live updates. Heatwave alert, the scorching reality of cross-county's extreme temperatures. Imagine stepping outside into a furnace-like atmosphere where the heat is so intense it feels like it's sucking the life out of you. This is the harsh reality for residents of Cross County, where a relentless heat wave continues to grip the area, with no immediate relief in sight. According to the National Weather Service, this sweltering heat wave is expected to persist through Friday, with heat indices soaring to a scorching 105 to 110 degrees or more each afternoon. And if you think that's bad, some areas are expected to experience heat indices in excess of 110 degrees, making it feel like you're walking into a blast furnace. But here's where it gets even more concerning: the heat advisory in effect through tonight is not just a minor warning. With heat indices reaching up to 110 degrees in many areas, the risk of heat-related illnesses is skyrocketing. And this is not just a minor inconvenience. Heat-related illnesses can be deadly, especially for vulnerable populations like the elderly, young children, and pets. So, what can you do to protect yourself and your loved ones from this extreme heat? The National Weather Service recommends taking some common-sense precautions, such as drinking plenty of fluids, staying in air-conditioned rooms, and avoiding the sun like the plague. And if you must venture outside, make sure to wear lightweight, loose-fitting clothing, and try to limit your strenuous activities to early morning or evening when the heat is slightly more bearable. But what about those who can't escape the heat? What about workers who have to labor outside in this sweltering heat? The Occupational Safety and Health Administration recommends taking frequent rest breaks in shaded or air-conditioned environments to reduce the risk of heat exhaustion or stroke. And if someone does succumb to the heat, it's crucial to move them to a cool, shaded location immediately and call 911 if necessary. And this is the part most people miss: the importance of checking in on relatives and neighbors, especially those who may be more vulnerable to the heat. A simple phone call or visit can make all the difference in preventing a heat-related illness. As the heat wave continues to grip Cross County, it's essential to take this threat seriously and take proactive steps to protect yourself and those around you. So, stay cool, stay safe, and stay informed. But here's the question: are we doing enough to prepare for these extreme heat events? Are we taking the necessary precautions to protect our communities, especially our most vulnerable members? Share your thoughts in the comments below.